Welcome to round 4 of the Pasky's Cardiac Stock Car Series, live from Las Vegas. Tony Chapazzo up in a booth with you tonight, joined with me by my new partner in crime, the man, the myth, the living legend himself, Mr. Kevin Cunyu. Kevin, welcome to Vegas.
Oh, glad to be here, Tony. Thank you.
So, round 4, we have seen a short track, we have seen a couple of speedways, and now we come to the City of Sin, and a little bit of difficulty getting into the session, a little bit different than how we normally run things. And everybody on the honor system tonight, as unfortunately the session that was originally scheduled didn't launch properly. So the admins had to scramble to get it put in place, and everybody running the honor system tonight because it's technically an open setup race. So that's something to be mindful of. Why are we not live there? Oh, son of a bitch. Bear with me here, folks. Sorry, my brain was in the for a second there. I was just making sure everything was working properly so that we are able to come to you live on both Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget, while we still have some time before we get the scene kicked off, don't forget to check out our Teespring store, and you can get your Pasky's Cardiac Stock Car Series shirts as brought to you by ESPN. Teespring.com/SBN. And if you use the promo code SBN20, to mind you, that's all capital letters, ESBN20, you'll receive free shipping in the continental United States. So t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, face masks, sweatshirts, tank tops, long sleeve, short sleeve, you name it, we could probably get it for you. If we don't see it there that you want, drop a comment below, let us know what you do want. We'll try to get it for you for the next time. So, meanwhile, Hot Lap's getting ready to wind on down here as we went live a little bit earlier in the session than we normally do. There's about 8 minutes left here. Make that 7 minutes left. Jeff Hollingsworth currently sitting atop the pile. Ronnie Osmer currently sitting second quick. Mark Jenkins, Kyle Gilbert, and Bentley Glaser rounding out your top 5. Not a huge field, but for the 1.5-mile Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this is not a bad turnout. As Osmer and Rodney get together, new paint scheme on the 75 tonight, rocking autism awareness, PH Human, PH Aware, and ESPN colors. So seriously, I want to know what type of narcotic was involved in whoever came up with that wild paint scheme. And if you guys don't get the joke now, I talk smack about paint schemes that I've done myself. So anyways, not a bad night tonight. The cloudy 65-degree ambient air temperature, 66-degree track temperature, 2-mile-an-hour winds out of the north, and anybody want a cat?
Why do you ask that?
Because I just got bit in the hand by a cat.
No, thank you. That doesn't sound like a good endorsement of a cat.
Nah, I was playful. At least she thinks she's playing. Anyways, so while we are waiting for session to wind on down, I think we are going to who do we want to reach out to here? Bear with me 1 second. Let me just double check my high-powered gazintas as I believe it's here. Yes. Question mark? No, that's not it. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I had to really restart my computer, so I am currently looking for the point standings. Here we go. So Devin Doss currently sitting at the pile as he and Jeff Hollingsworth both tied for the lead at 425 points. And then, no, I'm sorry, 123 points. Then there's a 4-point gap to second place Rob Jenkins. Kyle Gilbert is 2 points behind Rob in fourth place. Mark McFadden currently sitting in fifth, 11 points back from Kyle. And Bentley Glaser made a 10-point jump last week to be only 1 point out of the top 5. Charles Woods currently sitting in seventh. Ty Harris, Tanner Coster, Ray Osmer, and Brian Patty all tied for 8th. So real tight points so far. And then we've got Lonnie Barrington 1 point out of that battle. Mike Whitaker 1 point out of the battle with them. And then Mark Jenkins, who did miss the first race of the season, is only 7 points back from Mike, currently sitting in 14th spot. Bob Lacavara is another 9 points back in 15th. So still early in the season, still plenty of headway to be made. But Kevin, I'm not sure if you caught last week's race at Phoenix, but I'm glad we're not on a 1 mile track again this week.
No, I missed that, but I can imagine.
Yeah. So right now we are going to let's see. I don't see Devin Doss in the session. So by proxy, that is basically going to if Doss doesn't show up, that's going to mean that all that Jeff Hollingsworth's got to do is just have a decent finish, and he's going to inherit the outright points lead because right now he's tied with Devin Doss, and we're going to reach out right now to Jeff Hollingsworth in the National Guard number 42. Jeff, Tony up at the booth. You got me, sir.
Tony, National Guard, man. It's a Coast Guard, baby.
Coast Guard, my bad. I do apologize. I took a quick look and saw Guard and went, yeah, okay.
I got you.
So the Coast Guard number 42 currently sitting atop the pile in the speed chart during the hot lap session. Currently sitting atop the pile in the point standings as well. And I gotta guess that you were kind of happy to survive Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix was fun. I had a lot of fun at Phoenix. It just, restarts at the end always make things interesting. But yeah, I've been having fun in the league and glad to be back. Took the season off. Guys are racing like we usually do. It's a lot of fun. So
talk us through how the setup's feeling tonight. There's some setups that they kind of favor burning the right front off. Some setups are a little bit on the looser side. Talk us through how this one's kind of feeling right now to you.
Well, the way I'm driving it, I'm getting 2% less wear in my right front than my right rear, so it's a little tight, but I guess it's looser than what they had. I don't know for the default, but I don't know. I still haven't figured out where to run. I mean, if I like to run the bottom in 1 and 2, but it's so bumpy, so probably running the lane up where the dark stuff is and just your normal line off of 2 should be good. Just try not to beat up the right front as much as the other guy. So about how many laps do you think you're getting out of a tank of fuel, or haven't you had a chance to get an economy run in yet? I haven't even looked at it. You're probably burning about 0.3 or so a lap. So just do the math. 18 times 3. Fair enough. We're gonna let you get back to it, Jeff. As qualifying getting ready to start here. Best of luck to you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good luck. Have a good broadcast. Thank you. So that was our
man, currently tied for points and fastest in the hot lap session, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth in the Coast Guard number 42. And I do apologize for the men and women of the United States Coast Guard. Thank you for all that you folks do. But qualifying, getting ready to fire off right now, and who is going to be the first one? We got laps to get it done. There's a couple cars out on track right now. I see the 15 rolling. I see the 5 rolling.
We got the 88, Rob Jenkins out.
88 and his brother Mark Jenkins are both out. Let's take a gander at the 88, as it looks like he is already on his first flyer. The Exalta 88 there, piloted by Rob Jenkins. And I would like to point out, too, that we do have a special guest in the session. That would be Miss Judy Jenkins, spotting for her son, Mark, in the 33. Judy never misses a broadcast. Now we can make sure she doesn't miss a broadcast, as she is in the session, as Rob Jenkins sets provisional pole and immediately gets bumped off by the 97 of Tanner Koster. So Bob Lacavara coming around to set his first time. And that's good enough for 4th quick. Mark Jenkins to the top of the 33,777. That's pretty impressive with no drafting help on a full tank of fuel, as looks like Bob Lacavara may have blown through corner number 1 on his second lap. Tanner Koster back to the top of the pile in the phase up 97. Let's take a look at Mark Jenkins' second lap. He's coming across the stripe now. Good enough. Oh, wow. 30.686. That's provisional pole right there for the number 33. As Byron Rodney coming across to start his first flyer, or end his first flyer, I should say. And that's good enough for 7th quick in the Autism Awareness number 75. And the world's fastest hippie, Mr. Mike Whitaker, rolling off the pit road right now. Bentley Glaser eating the turn 1 wall in the number 15. Just backs it in there. Not sure what went wrong with that Toyota after he finished his flyer, but good grief. Gonna have to go to the backup car for that one. Oh yeah, he's got some damage on that thing for sure. ESPN's own Frank Marchese driving the AC Delco number 3 tonight. Currently sitting 3rd quick. So nice run there. Jeff Hollingsworth good enough for 5th quick so far. As like Ronnie Osmer getting ready to... He is on his first flyer. Looks like he is trying to do the old super speedway deal where it burns off as fuel as he can on his first lap. So only good enough for 9th pick as he's coming through the 3-4 complex now. And look for Osmer as he dives it down to... that's good enough for 6th quick. Dylan Workman currently sitting in the 10 slot, as Kyle Gilbert still sitting on pit road. Luke Baker not on pit road yet.
We got Ryan Patty on the 30 Kellogg's machine up in 2nd.
That's a good run for Ryan as he finished his last flyer. Picks up some time, but still not enough. Goes 30.697, still not good enough to bump Mark Jenkins with that 36.86. So 10 1,000ths to the good for Mark Jenkins so far. As looks like defending Monday night champion Kyle Gilbert in the 227 top flight is out on track right now. Sorry about that, folks. Mark McFadden finally rolling in the 71, and I lost Mike Picker. So Gilbert coming down to take the green flag now in the 227. His flyer, and we're going to see how this is going to work out there. On lap 1, let's see what lap brings as he hauls down the back straightaway. The Nellis back straightaway here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the diamond in the desert, if you will. Working his way through the 3-4 complex, hugging that low line, and one and done for Gilbert. So Mark McFadden coming across for his first flyer. That is, gets a little squirrely coming across the bump. That's the transition on pit road. That's good enough for 15th. As looks like 18 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight. Hoot Baker and Mike Whitaker not taking time. So they are giving the drivers meeting right now. So I can't tell you how impressed I am by that lap that Mark Jenkins just laid down. Full boat of fuel and was still able to go 30.686. That's flying. And it's not that far off of what he was able to do in the practice session with draft assistant. So, Ryan Patty going quicker than he did in the hot lap session. Bentley Glaser still right there with what he did in the hot lap session. But Frank Marchese starting fourth quick. That's an impressive lap by the youngster. As Tanner Coster and Ronnie Osmer rounding out your top 6. Jeff Hollingsworth going 7th quick. Rob Jenkins for 8th. Kyle Gilbert for 9th. And Byron Rodney snagging the number 10 slot for the start here. As we've only got about 2 minutes left, so if you got to use the little driver's room, I would suggest go now. Get yourself a nice cold beverage. Settle in because we got 120 laps scheduled here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And now would be a good time, while we do have a little break in the action, to head on over to our Teespring store, teespring.com/SBN, and get yourself a Pasky's Cardiac Racing Series as brought to you by ESPN t-shirt, coffee mug, face mask, hoodie, throw pillow, teddy bear. What if you don't see it on our Teespring store and it goes through your mind like, hey, can I get one of these? Go ahead and drop a comment below and let us know what you're looking for, and we will try to get it for you. So 18 cars scheduled to roll off here tonight. Hoot Baker and Mike Whitaker both not taking time, which, those guys usually like to start towards the tail end of the field anyway. So good to see that they're going to get their wish. As, again, we've got 65-degree mean air temperature, 65-degree track temperature right now, 2-mile-an-hour winds out of the north. And relatively cool night here in the desert. Not something you normally are going to see in Las Vegas is 65 degrees in the middle of August.
Weather's all over the place these days. You take it where you get it.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for both you and me because we're right in the path of what's supposed to be one of the harshest winters we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun to experience. So that's going to about do it for qualifying right now. Kevin, I know you're kind of new to the Vegas Motor Speedway, but give us your thoughts so far.
Well, I'm excited. It looks similar to other speedways where we're gonna have a few lines and it could get fast and dicey. So, yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, Vegas usually leads to some pretty good action uh, every time we come here. But it usually ends up being a fuel mileage race, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Now, mind you, we do have the possibility of seeing overtime, which we've seen every race so far this season. Let's hope that it doesn't happen. Touch wood. Uh, so field's starting to grid up right now. You got Mark Jenkins setting quick time. He's going to be joined on the front row with Ryan Patty. Bentley Glaser and Frank Marchese are going to roll off in row number 2. Row 3 is going to see Tanner Koster and Ronnie Osmer. Points leader Jeff Hollingsworth is going to be joined with Rob Jenkins in row number 4. Row 5, we're going to see defending series champion Kyle Gilbert, and he's going to be joined with Vern Rodney. Dylan Workman and Charles Woods are going to make up row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Lonnie Barrington and Mark McFadden. Row 8 is going to see Robert Dudley and the first ever Pasky's Xfinity Series champion, Mr. Bob Lacavara. Mike Whitaker and Hoot Baker are going to be starting shotgun on the field. 18 cars, 120 laps of scheduled distance, and pace car is rolling, so this is going to get exciting. As as the field rolls off, let's take a quick poll from everybody that's taking a look. Go ahead and throw in the comments section who you think who's your pick for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And while you're there, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, hit the bell notifications if you're on the YouTube side, so you don't miss a broadcast. And field working its way through the 3-4 complex, so and down the Nellis back straightaway here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Beautiful 1.5 mile D-shaped Demon of the Desert as still working its way into the 3-4 complex. Lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. So the only thing that's left to do is pull those belts tight one more time. Take a tear off if you got it. And Grandpa, pop a Viagra, because it's time to get it on in Las Vegas as the pace car gets ready to make that hard left turn. Jenkins going to have the button, and he's holding them down, and green flag comes out, and we are underway in the Pasky Series as a lot of things going on already. As I believe that was Tanner Koster that got into the Bentley Glaser, and Ryan Patty getting a great jump on that outside line. Mark Jenkins, probably not the start he was hoping for. Patty going to have the advantage going into turn number 3 and down the back straightaway. As there's 3 wide behind him, that's Marchese in the middle, the meat and the sandwich, and wisely Ronnie Osmer backing out as Tanner Koster already sideways. And that's points leader Jeff Hollingsworth going for a slide for life with grass. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage and see what happened there. Looks like the setup's just a little bit on the loose side, and he just around she went. Cold tires couldn't save it, and well then. We're under caution already, working lap 2. You ever have one of those feelings where you should play the at-home drinking game? Go ahead and play it with us, folks. Now, for those of you not familiar with the at-home drinking game, every time there's a caution, you take a drink for the number of caution we're on. So, for example, this is the first caution, you're going to take a shot. The next time there's a caution, take 2 shots. The time after that, you take 3 shots. And you see how drunk you can get before you die of alcohol poisoning. But looks like Bob Lacavara, Mike Whitaker, and Jeff Hollingsworth all bringing it pit side. Oh, that's fun and exciting. As the field working its way around right now, again, we do need to thank our good friends over at PH Aware. Pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose terminal illnesses on the planet, and because it masks itself as so many other conditions, that by the time the doctors can put the pieces together, the only thing that's really left for treatment is a double lung transplant. So you can get more pH Aware yourself by going to phaware.global and finding out for yourself how you can help. As Ryan Patty currently showing the way, waiting for the lights to go out on the pace car, and they're not out yet. Oh boy, I forgot. 1.5 mile oval or longer, shorter, and it's 5 pacing lap. So yeah, smoke them if you got them. As so Ryan Patty showing the way. Mark Jenkins, you consider sitting in second right now. Didn't get the start he was looking for. Bentley Glaser got jacked up on the start, as did Frank Marchese. Those guys are sitting third and fourth respectively. Ronnie Osmer, Tanner Coster, Kyle Gilbert, Rob Jenkins, Byron Rodney, and Dylan Workman up to 10th so far. So Dylan picking up a spot. You know, pretty much everybody holding court for where they started. We didn't really get very far before the first one flew. But how about that paint scheme on the 14 tonight? That's impressive.
It's pretty cool.
Kind of reminiscent of you know, the old fighter planes from World War II. So that's off to Dylan for running that one tonight. As hopefully the lights are going to go out on the pace car now. I hope. Yes, they do.
Kind of reminds me of the F4 Phantom from the Vietnam era.
There you go. For the Warthog.
That's right, yeah.
But yep. The A-10, one of the only planes that can still fly, missing a wing. But the lights are out. The lights are out on the pace car. Ryan Patty going to have the button this time. As the initial start, you got to wait till the green. Now it's completely in Ryan Patty's hole as they work their way down the Nellis Air Force back straightaway here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And you got to kind of wonder what type of restart we're going to see out of Ryan Patty, because I think he's had the button yet this season in the Kellogg's number 30.
Well, you know, I hope we can keep it green is all I'm saying.
And that makes 3 of us, as I'm sure everybody at home is looking for the same thing. As pace car is in, and Patty holds him down a little bit, as finally rolls into it, and we are back underway. As Jenkins tried to guessed wrong, had to step on the brakes and been sleeping. But the 3 of them have gotten away from Bentley Glaser, Bentley Glaser has slipped into third, and Frank Marchese slipped back. Ronnie Osmer all over his back right now. And here comes defending series champion Kyle Gilbert in the 227 to the inside of Osmer, as the 3 young gunners starting to get out right now. As Patty about a 5-car length lead right now over Mark Jenkins, who's got a 3.5-car length lead over Bentley Glaser, and then you're about 7-car lengths to Frank Marchese, as he's side by side with Ronnie Osmer. Osmer on the outside, Marchese on the inside, as they haul it off into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4, Osmer with the advantage. He gets the clear, and Osmer takes over 4th. And Marchese better be careful, because Tanner Coster is no slouch, as Osmer goes way up to the high line going through 1 and 2. But Tanner Coster, no slouch in the number 97, as he's under heavy pressure right now from the series champion Kyle Gilbert in the 227, as they're side by side going into turn number 3. Gilbert on the inside, turn on the outside, and Frank Marchese trying to not get into Coster coming out of turn number 4, so Coster has to jam on the brakes a little bit. And right now, Gilbert with no hold to make it through. And they better get this figured out pretty, because here comes the 88 of Rob Jenkins. Jenkins with about a 7-car length lead over Byron Rodney, who sits 9th, as this little 4-car breakaway for 5th through 9th, starting to put some distance between themselves and Rodney right now, as Ryan Patty starting to come under pressure from the 33 of Mark Jenkins. And we need to give a big shout out again to Judy Jenkins, who's spotting for her son Mark Knight. How you doing, Judy? As Jenkins all over the back of Ryan Patty right now for the lead.
That's just one of the coolest things.
What, mom spotting for the son?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I love you. As Jenkins throws to the inside, contact going through 1. A little bit of a hip check, as Jenkins had to chase it up the hill. The back end started to wash out, and that's going to open the door for Bentley Glaser to put some pressure on Jenkins, as they're side by side going through turn 3. Ryan Patty's got to be very unhappy as Jenkins bangs the wall. Glaser checks up a little bit and give that lap to Jenkins by 12 1,000 of a second at the stripe. With the advantage of going into turn number 1, he's on that low line, but that is the bumpy side of the track, as Jenkins able to keep it wound up on the top side. Glaser going to have a drag race with him down the back straightaway. He's going to duck in and try to get some drafting going, as Ryan Patty and Ronnie Osmer slugging it out for 3rd right now, as Patty on the inside, Osmer on the high side, and Patty gets to stay away. He's now trying to hunt back down Glaser and Jenkins, as Glaser just following right now, and Osmer on that way high side, flirting with disaster up near the safer barrier, and he's down under pressure from Tanner Coster, and there's not a whole lot of love lost between the 02 and the 97. 2 young gunners that they race each other hard, but they try to race each other as clean as possible. Good friends off the track, and I would dare say frenemies on the track. So they better get this sorted out. As again, Rob Jenkins looking to get up there to battle with his brother, as the top 8 are in a Jenkins sandwich right now. How else you gonna play? So Mark Jenkins showing the way. Bentley Glaser sitting in 2nd. Ryan Patty in 3rd. Tanner Coster gets by Ronnie Osmer for 4th that lap. Kyle Gilbert looking to get by as well. And Rob Jenkins right on the back bumper of the defending series champion. As Osmer pushes the wall coming off a 2, that's not going to help his case much. As
You know, there's going to be no paint on that right side that keeps it in that wall.
Yeah, Ronnie, it's Darlington you're supposed to do that at, not here. But these guys are finally getting it sorted out, trying to get it single file, as we are working lap 16 of 120. I believe say so.
Got Ryan Patty backed up, working toward the lead.
Ryan Patty has caught Bentley Glaser, so it's going to be fun to see what happens if Patty can get to Mark Jenkins, because you know he's not happy with what happened about 7 laps ago.
Yeah.
As Patty to the inside on Glaser. Glaser right in the slipstream of Jenkins trying to draft. They all headed down the Nellis back straightaway here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Doing a little bit of an Indy snake, trying to break the draft, but Patty keeps losing these guys like glue as they haul it up into a trioval one more time. Jenkins, Glaser, Patty, your top 3. As Rob Jenkins in the 88 working the inside on Kyle Gilbert, gonna get the position away. So Rob Jenkins into the top 5, now sets his sights on Tanner for 4th. As here comes Frank Marchese as well in the AC Delco number 3, working the inside of Kyle Gilbert. Looks like Marchese is trying to save his tires a little bit as Koster, a disaster up into the marbles there, losing a ton of speed. That's going to let Jenkins get by. Jenkins up into 4th as he now sets his sights on trying to reel in that battle in front of him. And looks like Ryan Patty is by Bentley Glaser and now sets his sights on Mark Jenkins. So Jenkins, Patty, Glaser, Costa. Jenkins, Patty, Glaser, Jenkins. That's your top 4. And no, I'm not drunk yet. As Mark Jenkins showing the way, Rob Jenkins sitting in 4th. Ryan Patty, who led the first handful of laps, trying to get that lead back. As right on the back for Mark Jenkins is Patty. And it's going to be fun to see what happens if Patty can get a run and get to Jenkins. He's just drafting him right now. It's down to the inside. Jenkins about a width off that white line. He's right down into the rough part of the track, taking the short way around. But that is going to burn off tires. As trying to figure out how to get by Rob Jenkins, as it looked like Frank Marchese was working the inside of Coster for 5th. So Coster may have gone out a little too hard, a little too early, and burned the tires off the number 97 already, as Marchese looking to get by him. And Patty pulls alongside going down the Nellis back straightaway. Drag race into turn number 3, side by side. Jenkins just full send it mode and chops the nose off Ryan Patty. Patty has to kind of back off a little bit as Jenkins going to continue to show the way. And meanwhile, back in the pack, Jeff Hollingsworth already up to 10th. So after spinning, not hitting anything, and then having to take a pit side to make sure that car is 100%, he has already clawed his way up into the top 10. So hats off to the United States Coast Guard number 40. And Bentley Glaser looks like he might be dropping back a little bit. He's fallen off the pace ever so slightly, as Frank Marchese hanging right in there with Rob Jenkins. That's your battle for 4th, as Marchese in the high line, able to carry a little more speed off the 2. And that's not going to help us, Frank, as pancaked eye of the right side of the number 3. And it's going to let Koster by. It's going to let Gilbert by. Hopefully he can get the hemorrhaging before that gets too much worse. As Patty to the inside, just beats a fender with Jenkins as they go into turn number 1. It was bound to happen. Patty's still not happy for what happened earlier when Jenkins had to chase it up the track. And Jenkins taking the defensive line as they go into turn number 3. Patty with a nice arc, get the run off of 4. And Jenkins, defending marvelously, took all the air off the front end of Patty's car. Patty had absolutely no front grip, had to chase it up the track. And these guys battling like this, that's letting Bentley Glaser get his teeth back into this battle, as they've got a full second lead from Glaser to Rob Jenkins right now in fourth. And you can see that there. That's like a bus lengths from the 15 to the 88. These guys are starting to get it sorted out a little bit. Meanwhile, your closest battle right now is your battle for eighth. That's Robert Dudley in the 49, Jeff Hollingsworth in the 42. And they are right behind the three of Frank Casey and reeling them in pretty quick. Dudley, one of the only Toyota Supras in the field tonight. I believe there's only two, if memory serves me correctly. But
I do like the look of that car. I'm biased though because there's Canadian, a couple Canadians running those, so.
Well, yeah, but I kind of miss the previous generation Supra when it was one of the baddest cars on the planet for under $35,000.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anyways, Dudley and Hollingsworth both starting to reel Marchese in. Marchese with a ton of right side damage. He's got to be praying for a caution right now. And we've got to be getting not that far off from green flag stops. We're working lap 30 of 120. And Mark Jenkins, something happened to Ryan Patty. Because Mark Jenkins now leads Bentley Glaser by about 2 bus lengths, as Ryan Patty's dropped to third, and Robert Dudley just banged the safety barrier going into 3, and he is dropping like a stone, as that's Dylan Workman and Lonnie Barrington working on Robert right now. So a lot of right side damage on the Mercury outboards number 49, as Hollingsworth all over the back bumper in the Coast Guard number 42 works to the inside of Frank Marchese. Marchese gives him room, knows that he's damaged. Hollingsworth isn't. So Marchese trying to fight back on the high side, but because you can't, kind of hard to defend when you're running a wounded warrior, and Hollingsworth's got an Olympic stallion under him. As Hollingsworth gets the pass done going into 3, now sets his sights on trying to reel in Kyle Gilbert to make it up towards the front, as we are working lap 32, and Mark Jenkins steadily increasing his lead over Bentley Glaser in the 15. It's now up to 0.8 of a second, which it's about 2.5 city buses, almost 3 city buses between those two. And Ryan Patty, we can get one of the high-speed drones. I believe there might be some damage on the right side of the Kellogg's Pop-Tarts number 30. And we can get one of the boys in the truck to put the high-speed drone in front of Ryan Patty in a reverse chase kind of deal. Yes, I'm currently. I think I see damage on the right side of Ryan Patty's car, so he is going to be in trouble here relatively quickly, as Rob Jenkins all over his back bumper right now. So
yeah, that looks like got into the barrier there.
Yeah, he's eating the wall, and he just announced in the in-sim chatter that he does have some damage, as he just lets Jenkins go, doesn't want to hold him up. And Jeff Hollingsworth has gotten by Kyle Gilbert as well. So Hollingsworth up into 6th, setting his sights on Tanner Coster, who currently sits in 5th. Coster with a little bit of damage on the right side of that car. And that's the thing about Las Vegas. It's a very deceptive track. You think you can get on the trigger a little bit quicker than you can because the car feels so good most of the time. And being as the track temperature is only 67 degrees, that'll lull you into a false sense of security, and you're going to drive the car harder than you normally would, and you're going to eat the barrier. Mark Jenkins, Bentley Glaser, Rob Jenkins up into 3rd. Ryan Patty in 4th. Coster in 5th. Jeff Hollingsworth 6th. Kyle Gilbert, Frank Marchese, Dylan Workman, Robert Dudley rounding out your top 10. As Dudley with almost 0.3 of a second to good over Mark McFadden, trying to reel him in, as Charles Wood saying he's got a little bit of damage in the 61 as Aaron Rodney takes the autism awareness number 75. One lap down though. I'm not sure what happened to Byron, but he's one lap down. Ronnie Osmer is now one lap down as well. So the battle for the lucky dog currently give the nod to Byron Rodney, as Charles Wood starting to up like a stone now, as Hoot Baker in the United States Army, number 82, looking to the inside. So the field more strung out right now than a methadone clinic, as Mark Jenkins continues to show the way, just in command of the field. Bentley Glaser trying to hang with him. Looks like he's made up a little bit of ground, not a lot, as we are getting ready to step 40 of 120, so almost a third of the way home. And I gotta be thinking that, oh, there it is. Kyle Gilbert, the first one to blink, saying he is pitting in. So green flag pit stop starting right now. Not sure if this is off schedule or not, as Bob Lacavaro, the second one to call his hit. So green flag stops going to start coming hard and heavy now. The question is, who's going to blink first in the top 5? There's Byron Rodney working to the inside of Frank Marchese. Now, Rodney has already been pit side. He's already lost a lap. So I dare say he's on much fresher tires than the AC Delco number 3 is. As these guys are... I'm impressed. I really am impressed. I was a little worried when the won, but since then, calmed down, and these guys are flat getting it, as Hollingsworth just called his pit. So there's your first one to blink out of the top 5. And Bentley Glaser going pit side. So that means we've got Mark Jenkins showing the way, his brother Rob Jenkins sitting in second. Look for them to together and start to work together, which is going to be bad news for the rest of the field. Because when the Jenkins brothers work together, it's going to take a lot to get by them. As we've got quite a few more cars coming down the road. And Jenkins just called his. So look for the Pepsi 33 to be coming pit side this time, as he's down on the apron going through 3 and 4. Is Rob going to go with them? No, Rob is going to stay out and get the bonus point for leading a lap, as Mark takes that long drive down pit road. Now, mind you, the road speed limit here is 15 miles an hour, 50. So you got to figure when these guys are hauling it off into the turn 3 at 182, 183 mile an hour, 50 miles an hour feels like you could get out and walk faster. So
Yeah, that's about right.
as Jenkins stays out for one more lap, that's Rob Jenkins in the Exalta 88. Tanner Coster currently sitting in second is Mark Jenkins down and away. So he is going to be one lap down. Those who haven't hit yet, Rob Jenkins, Tanner Coster, Dylan Workman, Mark McFadden, Hoot Baker, and so your top 5 have not gone pit side yet. Mark McFadden just called his pit. And third place, Tanner Coster, not making friends right now, as he just let's go back and take a look at what Tanner just did to go into pit road. If you watch it, when he comes to the 3-4 complex, yeah, he almost got collected by Jeff Hollingsworth. So definitely some viewers not happy as
look at that. That was close. That could have been nasty.
Yeah. Hollingsworth luckily heads up driving to not clobber Coster. As Kyle Gilbert just got his lap back the hard way. You got to think Rob Jenkins is going to go pit side soon here. Just based on where we're and just how much he's starting to fall off the pace. As you take a look at like Kyle Gilbert's last lap was a 31.5. Rob Jenkins' last lap was a 33. So you're talking a 2-second difference. And that's huge. When you're talking 30-second lap times, 2 seconds is quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's Byron Rodney looking to get his lap back the hard way as he's slugging it out right now with the 33 of Mark Jenkins. And Mark making a hole of his own. Man on a mission right now, as Rob Jenkins, unfortunately, he's got so much traffic around him, he can't get down to try to pit. He's just letting everybody go so we can try to duck in behind these guys. You got to think he's got to know that he's got to pit this time, because it's just got to stop hemorrhaging. As Hoot Baker has already gone pit side. Bentley Glaser has already gone pit side. So Jenkins the only one on track right now who has not gone into the pits. It's Rob Jenkins in the Exalta number 88. So when everything cycles through, and he is finally able to get down to the pits, which, again, not sure when he's going to go. Looks like he's going to stay out for one more lap. I think he's trying to figure out where Bingo is in the tank. He's trying to make this on one stop. And if he can do it, that's impressive. The only thing is he's got to make it at least 9 more laps. Because if we go into overtime, you're kind of boned. Yes. So let's see, 23 of Lonnie Barrington and the 97 of Tanner Custer getting their laps back off of him. So we now have 11 cars on the lead lap. And Bentley Glaser only 13 seconds back off of Rob Jenkins right now. So Jenkins is trying something, and you got to give him credit for doing so. I mean, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're not having fun. But so Rob Jenkins looks like he's going to try to make it on a one-stop strategy. As
Tanner Coster's making moves.
Tanner Coster currently working with Ronnie Osmer, who's one of the first to go pit side. And that is your battle for, where are we here?
Tanner's
That's
up
your-
into 8th.
That is your battle for 8th. As they've both gotten by Byron Rodney, who sits in 10th. And their next target is going to be the 49 of Robert Dudley, who has that nice looking Supra that you like. The Eagle 1 Mercury outboard ride.
Yeah, he's hunting him down.
So Bentley Glaser currently sitting in 2nd. Jeff Hollingsworth currently sitting in 3rd. And then from Hollingsworth, you've got over a second back to Kyle Gilbert, which is about 5 city bus lengths, as Kyle under attack right now from Mark Jenkins, the pole sitter, as
Ice is clear.
he is clear. And Rob Jenkins is out of fuel. Rob Jenkins is out of fuel. So that answers the question. You're not making it on one stop. You got to give him credit for trying it.
Yeah.
56 laps. He is bingo.
I mean, and also holding the lead well after, tires were probably dropping off compared to everyone else time-wise.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that was, that was a hell of an effort. If he could have made it 8 more laps, he probably could have pulled it off, because when he finally ran bingo on fuel, he had an 8-second lead over Bentley Glaser. So if he could have gone all the way, Glaser might have caught him right when he had to go pit. But Glaser would have had to go on pit side one more time. So I mean, it was worth it. It was definitely an experiment to at least try. But Rob Jenkins is going to drop like a stone right now. And I'm not sure if he's going to lose a lap or not. Yes, he is. So Jenkins going to lose a lap to that one. Glaser going to inherit the lead right now, as he just put Hoot Baker a lap down. That's Baker in the United States Army, number 82. And I take that back. Hoot Baker trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Ryan Patty coming up behind the 227 of Kyle Gilbert.
So Ryan Patty starting to make some headway as he's up into the top 5 already. Wants another spot. As Jeff Hollingsworth starting to reel in Bentley Glaser. It was a 7-second lead, and Hollingsworth taking a little over a 10th out of Glaser's lead every lap here, as that's Gilbert starting to reel in the 33 of Markins. So not sure what's going on there. Looks like traffic not agreeing with what's going on with the 33. Wow. Kyle Gilbert flirting with disaster, has his stuff on the binders. Here comes Ryan Patty with a hell of a run coming off the 4. They're side by side going into turn number 1. Patty in full send it mode. Gets it from Oh, that's okay. And Jeff Hollingsworth has caught the wall coming off the 2. So Jeff not having a good night. He was starting to reel in Bentley Glaser, your leader, and caught the wall and just lost 2 spots. I believe those are both lap cars. Yeah, that's Mark McFadden in the 71 and Rob Jenkins in the 88. A little bit of damage on the right side of the United States Coast Guard number 40 now, as that's going to put him possibly in danger of falling back into the clutches of Mark Jenkins. Now, mind you, Mark sitting in the top 5 in points, but he missed the first race. But he went on a tear since then. Has led the most laps in the last 3 events that we've had. As, he's got something to prove, because he got, unfortunately, knocked out of last season's playoffs, and not a happy camper. Won the final event this season at Indy and said, hey, I'm coming back in the cars next season. And again, he missed first one. Byron Rodney coming out of the pits again. Missed the first race, and he's gone on an tear since then. So hats off to Mark Jenkins in the 33s. He's currently sitting in a very strong 3rd spot, and he's starting to reel in 2nd place, Jeff Hollingsworth, and putting a gap on Ryan Powell. So, excuse me, Byron Rodney having more problems in the 75, as he is now 2 laps down. But currently, your running order: the 15. No sponsor there, so if you want to get your name on an up-and-coming driver here in the Pasky's Cardiac Stock Car Series, Bentley Glaser has plenty of room on the number 15 for your logo. Jeff Hollingsworth in the United States Coast Guard number 42, currently sitting in 2nd place. He is starting to lose some ground, though, to 3rd place. That is the Pepsi number 33 of Mark Jenkins. Then you have the Kellogg's Pops number 30 of Ryan Patty, currently sitting in 4th. And the Racers for Christ number 227 of Kyle Gilbert, sitting in 5th. 6th place is the Phase number 97 of Tanner Koster. And then you have the Javelin Votry Outboard number 49 Toyota Supra of Robert Dudley in 7th. Lonnie Barrington in the back, the blue number 3, currently sits in 8th. Charles Wood in the Maple Face Graphics number 61 in 9th. Dylan Workman in the Warhorse Was Here number 14, currently sitting in 10th. And the world's fastest hippie, Mr. Mike Whitaker, currently sitting in 11th. The Go Army number 84, number 82, Go Army Ford Mustang of Hoot Baker currently sits in 12th. And the AC Delco number 3 of Frank Casey just got passed by Rob Jenkins. So Rob Jenkins in the Exalta 88 in 13th. Frank Marchese in the AC Delco number 3 and 14th. Then you have the excuse me. Had to take a breath there. The Stay Safe, Be Kind number 71 of Mark McFadden in 15th. The Convergent Composites number 5 of Bob Lacavara in 16th. And the Hour Racing 02 of Ronnie Osmer in 17th. And the Autism Awareness number 75 of Byron Rodney in 18th. So everybody's still running, although Frank Marchese in 14th, still the last car on the lead lap, and he better not look in his rearview mirror, because that's Bentley Glaser right behind him. So Marchese in dire straits right now as he's getting ready to go one lap. But all in all, you got to give him credit. I mean, that's a hell of a run, especially with his first season in the Pasky Cardiac Series.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And give everyone credit because this is really exciting green racing, green clean racing. I love it.
Yes, and everybody who is watching, please take note. This is how you race green. Dig, dig, dig. So Bentley Glaser continuing to show the way. That's, again, Frank Marchese right in front of him, getting ready to go one lap. Jeff Hollingsworth looks like he's starting to find a little bit of speed as he has Mark McFadden right behind him. McFadden one lap down. So I believe McFadden is on fresher tires too. A little bit of a scary moment as Rob Jenkins flashed by the outside of Hoot Baker. Hoot wasn't expecting him to go to the outside, and they almost had a meeting of the minds through the trioval. So that could have ended it, but it didn't, as Rob Jenkins in the Exalta 88 starting to reel in. That's Mike Whitaker in front of him in the 707. So, and for those of you wondering why I call Mike the world's fastest hippie, just look at his paint scheme. Mike always has some of the most cool paint schemes in all of iRacing, and hats off to you, Mike, for having the creativity to be able to pull that off. But definitely one of the old guard here in the Pasky series, as what was a 5-second gap is now down to under 4 seconds. As Mark Jenkins in third in the number 33 is starting to reel in the number 42 is Jeff Hollingsworth in second. Hollingsworth seems to be holding court of right around 6.5 seconds. And Mark Jenkins being early, not sure what's exactly going on here. That's a lot of damage. Let me go back and see if I can figure out what the hell just happened. As okay, he ate the wall coming off of Hoot, and he ate it pretty good. So Mark Jenkins burning the fast repair to get that car fixed. Unfortunately, gonna lose a lap. And going to give up a ton of spots right now, as it's going to promote Ryan Patty up into third. So Bentley Glaser continues to show the way. Jeff Hollingsworth about 6.5 seconds back. And then you've got another almost 6 seconds back to Ryan Patty. And Patty has a 1.5 lead over Tanner Coster. And we've got another round of green flag pit stops getting ready to start, as Bob Lacabara coming pit side this time. So I'm struggling here, ladies and gentlemen, to try to find any battling going on. The closest two cars that I can see on track, or 3 cars I should say, are Dylan Workman in the 14, Charles Woods in the 61, and Lonnie Barrington in the 23. Less than a second separate those 3 cars. So right now, that is our closest battle, air quotes, on track. But all in all, you gotta love the driving that we're seeing. From a pure chess game standpoint, it's impressive drives all around. So
I'll take, long, green, clean driving with a few crashes. I don't find it, less exciting. I do find, like you said, that chess game and the strategy and, the green flag pit stops, that's a whole other challenge, and it's interesting to see how these drivers make it work.
As your leader, Bentley Glaser, had just called his pit, so he's taking a 15 pit side this time. And look for Ryan Patty to inherit the lead as Glaser's struggling to get down, making sure Frank Marchese knows that that's where he's going. So just barely able to get it slowed down in time. So that's going to hand the lead. No, it's not. Ryan Patty going pit side as well.
Yep.
It's going to hand the lead of the race over to Tanner Coster. As Lonnie Barrington calling his pit as well. Jeff Hollingsworth just coming out of the pits. So wholesale green flag pit stops taking place, and I dare say this could be the money stop. As Coster staying out to guarantee that lap lead, gets it there. So bonus point for Tanner Coster as Jeff Hollingsworth getting ready to get his lap back the hard way. His pressure tires over whoop tires. So that's Hollingsworth going to the inside there, getting the lap back, and gets the clear and gone. So wonder how long Coster's going to be able to stay out here. So this is the money stop, ladies and gentlemen. You can make it from here as we are inside 40 to go, and we've already seen from from Rob Jenkins that you can go about 56 laps and then you run out of fuel. But Kevin, I'm gonna put you in a spot. What do you think could have happened if he could have made it to lap 60?
Sorry, who could have made it?
If Rob Jenkins could have made it to lap 60, what do you think would be the outcome of the race?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't feel that it's a good idea, so I'm not sure if it would have worked out, But, yeah.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, after about 15 laps, the tires are going to equalize anyways. And he was only 2 seconds off of what these guys are running on fresh tires. And he had an 8-second lead when he went bingo on fuel. So if he could have stretched that out another, 5 or 6 laps, he wouldn't have had to pit again. And everybody else would have had to pit.
Right, I see, yeah.
So, it's that whole, it's like the F1 strategy deal where, okay, do we pit twice during the race? Do we pit once during the race?
Right, yeah.
Or do we pit 3 times during the race?
Tanner's come down now.
Tanner's into the pits, and Workman's coming in as well, as that's Byron Rodney and Rob Jenkins working to the outside of him. And Charlie Woods on his pit. Hollingsworth yelling at somebody. I didn't quite catch that. But with Tanner Coster in the pits, this is going to effectively hand the unofficial lead over to he's not going to repeat that same mistake. Rob Jenkins coming pit side. So gets it woed down and just barely gets to 50 at the cone. And
got Bentley Glaser back in first.
No, he's not. Oh yeah, he is. But that lap, give it to Hoot Baker. So Hoot Baker getting the bonus point for leading the lap. Congratulations on you, Hoot. Hoot's one of those guys that we don't talk about him a ton, but he's always there. He's always trying to help people out, and he's, if you need anything, Hoot Baker is one of the best friends you could ever have. great guy, and good to see him having a good run. As he just said, he's going pit side this time. So Bentley Glaser, Mark Jenkins. Mark Jenkins going to inherit second when Hootmaker goes pit side. And that's Jeff Hollingsworth right behind Jenkins. So your battle, essentially your battle for second, really starting to heat up. Because that's Jenkins and Hollingsworth getting ready to slug it on out. And that's what we've seen the last few weeks. Is, Jenkins and Hollingsworth, they've been the two guys that you just kind of need to keep an eye on. Hollingsworth goes to the inside. It's a drag race down the Nellis back straightaway here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And Hollingsworth just full send it mode going into 3. And just like that, Jeff Hollingsworth up into second, now trying to reel in Bentley Glaser. And at the stripe, he is only 4 seconds back. So Hollingsworth has already made up some time. Before this round of pit stops and before all hell broke loose, Hollingsworth was 6 seconds back. Now only just over 4 seconds back. And, there's still enough time left that Hollingsworth could make this happen, as we are 30 to go right now.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of time for quite a bit to happen still. This is, once again, I just have to say, really great racing. Good on all drivers out here tonight.
Very much so, as that is Rob Jenkins getting right behind his brother Mark. Now Rob is 1 lap down. Mark is on the lead lap in 3rd. And that's what fresh tires looks like, ladies and gentlemen, as Rob Jenkins flashing by his brother. As I can find Rob. There was almost a 3-second difference in their lap times that previous lap, the lap they just finished. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say Mark Jenkins has already burned all of the goodie off the tires on the Pepsi number 33. So probably going to be struggling here pretty soon, as Ryan Patty holding down the number 4 spot. Kyle Gilbert is under heavy pressure right now. Robert Dudley currently sitting in 5th, as Frank Marchese 1 lap down, Luke Baker 1 lap down.
Yeah, it's our top 7 on the lead lap.
Yes, so our top 7 on the lead lap, as good to see Robert Dudley having a good run here tonight, as Robert's another one of those guys that you don't hear from a lot. No, we haven't. He's just having connection issues. He has a 4-digit
he was
ping.
in the middle of a run.
And he is about to have the throughput with a 4-digit ping. I will be right back. Sorry about that, as I'm actually also race control as well as the broadcaster tonight. So do apologize for having to step away there. And there it is. Kyle Gilbert just had a throughput, which is the iRacing equivalent of having every piece of electrical equipment in your car go poof. So Bentley Glaser continuing to show the way. Jeff Hollingsworth holding court, 6.5 seconds behind him. Mark Jenkins is another 3 seconds behind Jeff. Ryan Patty's another 5 seconds back. Robert Judley and Tanner Koster, your closest battle on track, and that is your battle for fifth. As we've only got 6 cars on the lead lap, Koster being the last one of them currently, as he's looking to try to get around Robert Dudley in the 49. Now, like I was saying before all this happened, Dudley's one of those guys that we don't talk about a lot, but he's kind of like a racing ninja, where he just kind of sneaks up and go, hey, where the hell did he come from? And, here he is having a good run. Started 15th, currently running in 6th. Tanner Koster hits by him. And that has to do with Koster having 10 lap newer tires. As we are closing in on 20 to go here, Bentley Glaser continuing to show the way.
We've got Frank in the number 3, just passing the number 71 of Mark McFadden.
Yeah, those guys are having a hell of a battle. It's Marchese and McFadden. Marchese in the 3, McFadden in the 71. As they've traded that spot about 8 different times in the last 5 laps. And here comes Hoot Baker to throw his hat in the ring of that battle as well. Now that is your battle for 10th. Marchese has it. McFadden 6th and 11th, and Hoot Baker in 12th. Baker with the freshest tires of the 3, looking to get by McFadden and try to reel in Marchese. As not sure who is. Yeah, there he goes. Keeping him wound up on that second lane. Drag race down the back straightaway. Again, that's Baker in the U.S. Army number 82. Just full send it mode on the outside around McFadden. Now tries to hunt down Frank Marchese. As there is about a 3-second gap between the two of them. A couple of bus lengths, but again, Baker with the fresher tires going to be able to reel it in. And this is your closest battle on track, as looks like Rob Jenkins looking to get his lap back the hard way. Jenkins in the Exalta 88 is 1 lap down as he throws it to the inside on Bentley Glaser. Glaser just gives him plenty of room, knows that it's not a battle for position, as we are inside 20 to go. So it's going to take a miracle for these guys to be able to catch him, as Glaser steadily making headway on Jeff Hollingsworth. What was a 6.5 second gap is now up to a 7.5 second gap, almost 8 seconds now. So Hollingsworth starting to fade as Mark Jenkins starting to reel him in. That gap's now down to 2.5 seconds. So we could see a battle brewing for second relatively soon here, as Hoot Baker has caught Frank Marchese. That is your battle for 10th. Marchese has it 1 lap down. Hoot Baker in the U.S. Army number 82 wants it, and Baker has the fresher tires. So Baker in the slipstream right now. It's a classic Ford against Chevy battle. That's Marchese in the AC Delco Chevy Camaro. It's Hoot Baker in the U.S. Army Ford Mustang. Through the trial will they come. Baker in the slipstream. Goes to look to the inside. Marchese throws the block. And Baker avoids the bumps coming through 1 and 2, and he's steadily reeling in Marchese. Going to look to the inside going into 3. They're side by side. Baker not close enough to make it happen. This is your battle for 10th. They're side by side coming out of turn number 4. Marchese up into the marbles, has to check up a little bit. That's going to let her have the clear as they come to the stripe. Hoot Baker up into 10th. Marchese going to try to battle back coming through 1 and 2. And it looks like he did not have the grip on the front of that number 3. And Baker's just driving away from him right now. So textbook pass from Hoot Baker up into 10th. Good to see that happen, as trying to find anything else going on. Looks like Hollingsworth mired in traffic right now. That's Dylan Workman on the outside.
We've got the number 23 of Lonnie Barrington. Is that Barrington?
Barrington. And something happened to Baker. He is going pit side, I think I heard him say. Some of these guys are pitting. Oh boy. So the 14 of Workman getting by Lonnie Barrington. That is... Workman is the first car one lap down. So if a caution did come out, he would get the lucky dog. Lonnie Barrington and Hoot Baker did go pit side. No, he didn't. I'm sorry. Bob Lockenwara went pit side, so... So meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, you got Bentley Glaser in the 15 showing the way. Kyle Gilbert back out on track, 6 laps down after the connection issue. Fresher tires, and he throws it to the inside of Glaser and gets one of those laps back to hard. And right in front of your leader is the 88 of Rob Jenkins, who is your last car on the lead lap. He got that lap back the hard way. So not a lot of battling going on side by side wise, but there's a lot of lap traffic to dig through, as we are 11 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Working lap 111 of 120, and I'm not live. Okay.
Well, you sounded live.
Yeah. So working lap 113 of 120 is your leader, Bentley Glaser, in the plain blue wrapper Toyota Supra. And now would be a good time, ladies and gentlemen, to go to our Teespring store and be sure to get your Pasky's Cardiac Stock Car Series as seen on ESPN t-shirts, coffee mug, face mask, hoodie, long sleeve t-shirt, short sleeve t-shirt.
Tanner Costner. Was that Tanner Costner in a battle for position?
That is not a battle for position. That is Charlie Woods in the 61, who is 2 laps down. And actually he is. That's Ryan Patty in front of him. I stand corrected. So the battle is starting to pick up for 4th as Coster has caught Patty. And this is going to get interesting because these two guys, they're known to beat and bang on each other when they get near one another. That's Patty on the low side, Coster on the high side. Coster going to be able to keep it wound up in that second lane. Drag race to the stripe as Coster gets the clear, and Mark Tanner Coster down up into the number 4 spot. Ryan Patty coming back into the number 5 slot. And that's Robert Dudley not too far behind them. So this is turning into a 3-car battle for fourth, as your top 3 have pretty much checked out. As we are 5 to go. Glaser, Hollingsworth, Jenkins, Coster, Patty, Dudley, and Jenkins. Your cars on the lead lap. It's all 7 of them. Workman 1 lap down. Hoot Baker 1 lap down. And Lonnie Barrington 1 lap down, rounding out your top 10. So 5 laps to go. And
Lonnie Barrington coming up behind Hoot Baker, just under a second.
That's Robert Dudley, actually. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. You're right. Still a little bit of a gap, but Robert Dudley has caught Ryan Patty's in trouble. Robert Dudley just got by him. Robert Dudley up into 5th. And looks like there's a lot of damage on the right side of the Telex Pop Touch number 30 again. So what could have been for your outside front row starter, as Dudley up into 5th, Hoster in 4th. Not sure if there's enough time for Dudley to reel in Coster's. Glaser with an 8-second lead over Jeff Hollingsworth, who is 4. Yeah, that's impressive. And Mark Jenkins 4 seconds behind Hollingsworth. And then you're another 7.5 seconds back to Tanner Coster. So some of these guys are praying for that 4-letter word that we don't like here, that I kind of have nightmares about, especially after being at Phoenix most of the week last week.
But, that comes back to what you were saying earlier about it being more of a chess match. Sometimes you can get, personally, when I run ovals, you can get a little lazy and just rely on, the yellow to sort things out and give you another chance, Racing under continuous green,
Well, here's the good news. Coming out of turn number 4 to take the checkered flag, Bentley Glaser, race over, chess game over, Glaser, check and mate.
Done.
Jeff Hollingsworth hanging on for 2nd, Mark Jenkins for 3rd. Tanner Coster coming out of 4th right now for 5th place. For 4th place, Robert Dudley crossing the line in 5th. So, impressive run out of the rookie. And we are going to, as soon as I can find him.
We had an incident.
We had an incident?
Last lap incident.
Well, checkered already flew, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I see.
What was the incident, though?
Let's see. I'm not sure. Who was in it?
Who hit who? Where is he? There he is. So we are going to reach out right now to your winner tonight. Impressive run out of the rookie, Mr. Bentley Glaser, in the 15. Congratulations on the win, sir. So talk us through how the car was feeling there. You seem to be able to get a handle on it and not burn the tires off quicker than anybody else could figure it out.
The setup was really tight all night, but I learned through the first stint. Mark was a lot faster than me, I felt like, but he must have had an issue on pit road or something. So I got out ahead of him, and then I was starting to run a little bit higher in 3 and 4, and that saved the tires a lot better.
Fair enough. So when the money stop came, what was going through your mind as you broke for pit row?
Just try to get as much time as possible, because on the first stop I was pretty conservative, and I like to be pretty risky on the pit entries. So last stop was pretty good.
Well, Bentley, I got to give you credit where credit's due here. You were coming in tonight in 6th in points, and I dare say you're going to make up a ton of spots after tonight, because it was already a close battle coming in. Your thoughts moving forward into next week, as let me see where we are going to be. That would be, we are actually off for Labor Day, and we're going to be back on September 14th at Martinsville. So short track racing galore. Your thoughts going to the paperclip?
Martinsville will be a struggle. I've always kind of struggled at the flatter tracks, and hopefully I can just stay out of trouble there. Anytime we go to a mile and a half, I feel pretty confident.
I feel pretty confident too. Anytime we go to a mile and a half, that it's not going to be a dumpster fire. And I thank you for putting on the show that you did tonight. But best of luck to you in 2 weeks when we return for Martinsville.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Anybody you want to thank before we let you go, sir?
Thank Charlie Woods and Jeff Hollingsworth for letting me hang out with them, and we got a new guy. What's his name?
Robert Dudley.
Robert Dudley. Yeah, just met him today. He's not new, but I've met him today.
Let me tell you right now, youngster, you're learning from 3 of the best in the Pasky series, and as far as stock car racing goes, they're 3 of the best right there. So I'm sure between the 4 of you, you'll get something figured out from Martinsville, and it's going to be fun to watch.
I agree. Thanks.
Congratulations, Bentley, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and thanks you guys for broadcasting. It's always fun to go and watch.
Yes, sir. So that was our winner, Bentley Glaser, and joining us now, came into tonight in the points lead, had trouble on lap 1, brought out the only caution of the night, and was able to rebound for a podium finish. Of course, we are talking about the United States Coast Guard number 42 driver, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth. Jeff, congratulations on the podium, sir.
Hey, Tony. Thanks, man. Yeah, I stepped on it early. I didn't listen to Byron.
Does anybody ever listen to Byron?
That's why, during practice, I never had trouble there. But sure enough, man, it got loose on the bottom. But we didn't hit anybody, and it's all good. I finished, and it was really challenging to start, at the end of the field and finish where I did. Closest I ever got to Bentley was like 5 seconds. He was gone.
Yeah, that was something I definitely was keeping an eye on, and you were reeling him in, you'd reel him in a little bit, and then he just see it, bye. But
lap
to
traffic,
watch,
man, and people pitting from the top lane, all kinds of crazy stuff. I was dip dodging and diving in there for a little bit. So,
and we were able to catch that. That was a wild moment. Did you change the flavor of your fire suit?
yeah, it was hairy. I mean, I let him know I didn't appreciate it. He said I was trying to get my car down, but it was really scary for me. But I mean, the whole race,
it was scary for us to watch.
Yeah, it was interesting, but I still feel good about my finish. I don't know how I feel about Bentley. Is an old teammate of mine. We've been racing together for years, me, him, and Charlie, and a couple other guys. And he took a break and he came back, and now I never win anymore. So I don't know how good of a thing that was to bring him back.
Well, if memory serves me correctly, last time you raced with the Pasky's Cardiac Series, and we went to where we're going in 2 weeks, because we are taking, of course, Labor Day off next week. But in 2 weeks, we're going to the paperclip of Martinsville. I believe one Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth put on a dominating performance last time you were there with this group of guys.
I don't remember, but I'm going to take it because I know you remember stuff like stats and whatnot. But I love Martinsville. There's a lot of people that do, but then again, Bentley's good there.
He said he hated it.
Yeah, but he's still good there. he hates it, but he's a good driver there. And there's a couple of guys in this league that weren't in this league before, so Anyways, it's going to be challenging. I don't have any predictions for that. It's a short track, so hopefully we just have a good, clean race. That's all I really care about, man. It's just having fun and having a good, clean race. And yeah, I stunk up the show with the only caution tonight. Stepped on myself, but at least, like I said, nobody got hit. Everything was good. Good race.
Yeah, it was a pucker moment a couple of times with you tonight, but
Yeah.
good to see you were able to climb through the field. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Like to take a minute, thank my teammates, Charlie, Bentley, and Robert, and they're racing with me and just having fun. And Pasky's, of course. I wish Kevin would come back and wheel with us. I guess he's having some issues with his computer or something, but I wish he'd get back out here. And you guys for broadcasting. I love watching the broadcasts. I always give you a thumbs up on my YouTube, and the U.S. Coast Guard. I appreciate you saying that, man. I've served there for a long time, so I appreciate you guys. God bless America, and y'all be safe.
Well, here's something I would like to point out for the entire United States Coast Guard motorsports program. Your team put 3 drivers into the top 5 tonight.
Yeah, we got some real good dudes. Me and Charlie both got this AccuForce wheel not too long ago, and he's still trying to figure it out. Charlie's just having a little bit of trouble burning that right front up more than the rest of us, but he'd be up there too. He's fast. He's the old. I know he's the oldest driver in this field. He's 70 years old. He's an old dirt tracker. He used
Actually,
to.
he's the second oldest driver.
Who's the oldest?
Bob Lacavara's got him by, I think, 2 years.
Okay, that I got you. All right, cool. We'll get on you, Bob. So he's the second oldest driver in the league. There you go. But also, he used to drive for the Richard Petty Motorsports. You guys might ask him about that one time. It's pretty cool. He used to do the.
I have spoken with him about that, and it's a great thing to, great stories he can tell. But Jeff, we're going to let you go. Congratulations on the podium. We're looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks in Martinsville.
Yep, great job, Bentley, and Mark. Good job on your third there, brother. Y'all have a good week.
So that was Jeff Hollingsworth, and joining us now, rounding out our podium, your pole sitter, and I believe. Let me check my stats here. I believe most laps led goes to the number 33, Mr. Mark, joining us now. Mark, I know it wasn't the finish you were hoping for, but all things considered, you can't be too disappointed with the podium finish tonight.
Yeah, I'll take it. Kind of blew it on that first run at the end, coming down the pit road. Just blew my entry. Gave up a lot of time. That's Bentley Glaser. He's tough. He took me to school on that pit road stop, and I never saw him again for the rest of the race.
Well, you're talking about the green flag pit stops caught a lot of people out tonight, which personally it was a little bit refreshing to see, green flag pit stops happening like that. But talk us through the mindset once something like that happens. You were able to regroup and you made a steady march through the field twice.
Yeah, this once I realized how much time I lost, I was kind of pressing and actually hit the wall and had a damaged truck. So kind of just had to sit there and ride for what seemed like forever. But once we were able to get that second pit stop in, get that quick repair, get a clean truck, we made up some good time. So we're able, salvage a podium finish. Can't complain about that, man.
Well, one of the things I know is going to make your day is, we are off next Monday for Labor Day. We are going to be back in 2 weeks at one of the tracks that you generally put in a pretty dominating performance at, and that, of course, is the Paperclip of Martinsville. Your thoughts going into that one?
Oh, wow. Love Martinsville. I thought we were going to Darlington, but yeah, I'm excited to hear that. Love Martinsville. I'm a Virginia boy and grew up watching a lot of races at that track and got a lot of laps there myself. So, yeah, always looking forward to going to Martinsville. Hopefully we can get a good finish.
All right. Well, Mark, I know your mom ducked out a little bit early, uh, but anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Man, I just want to tip my hat to this league to run caution free at Vegas. Man, that's saying something. This league's gone a long way, and really enjoy running green flag laps. Uh, just want to tip my cap to everybody. Want to thank y'all for broadcasting. And that's it, man. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and congratulations on the podium. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Martinsville.
All right, Tony. Look forward to it. Appreciate it, man.
So, Kevin, that's going to about do it for us tonight. Bentley Glaser coming home with the victory. Jeff Hollingsworth in second. Mark Jenkins for third. Tanner Koster hanging on for fourth. Robert Dudley in fifth. Ryan Patty coming home in sixth. Rob Jenkins, the last car on the lead lap, coming home in seventh. Eighth place going to Dylan Workman. Hoot Baker in ninth. Good run out of Hoot. And Mark McFadden Lonnie Barrington in 10th. Mark McFadden in 11th. Mike Whitaker in 12th. Byron Rodney in 13th. Ronnie Osmer 14th. Charles Woods in 15th. Frank Marchese 16th. Blackavar 17th. And Kyle Gilbert in 18th. And I'm going to just say this now. I'm going to give my nomination for ESPN Driver of the Night to the number 49 of Robert Dudley. Started 15th, gained 10 spots, finished in the number 5 slot. So excellent run from Robert tonight.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
So Kevin, final thoughts coming out of Vegas as we finally get a week off next week. Thank God, as we're getting ready to go to Martinsville in 2 weeks.
Once again, I'm just blown away. I back up what Mark Jenkins was saying there. You know, this I'm new to the league, only a couple races in now, and that was some good, clean green racing, and I look forward to seeing more of it. So yeah, from down here in the virtual ESPN broadcast truck. You know, thanks for watching. I'm Kevin Cunyo. Back to you, Tony.
Well, before we turn this thing loose, I do want to just reach out to the Hoot Man, the U.S. Army number 82, Hoot Baker. Hoot, congratulations on the top 10 tonight. Your final thoughts before we leave Las Vegas.
Hey, let me tell you what, that was a good setup, and I'm happy with the P9 there. We just stuck it out there, and I like to go look, but I think I probably had one of the better consistent times around there. But just a lot of people just burn them up, and we were lucky to stay pretty much caution free, and everybody had a good time tonight.
Well, something you might not be aware of, but I would like to point out to you, you did get credited with leading a lap, sir. So bonus point for Hoot Baker tonight.
Yeah, I did see that. I went around and I said, I think I just got 1 point for leading the lap. But unfortunately, I think I did get a 4X there when Kyle glitched out. I got some weird pop-ups up there with some 0Xs, and then at the end of the race there, it showed I had 4. So, we'll just have to take that. I'll take that 1 point.
All right. Well,
actually, what is leading the race? How many is that? 1 point?
It's 1 point for leading the race.
All right, we'll take it. Anyway,
and you got a bonus, sir. So that is going to about do it for us tonight. For Kevin Cunyo and for Hoot Baker, this is Tony Trapasso saying, Ma, come get me. I am done.